ਇਕ ਮਨ ਪੁਰਖ ਧਿਆਏ ਵਰਦਾਤਾ, ਸੰਤ ਸਹਾਰ ਸਦਾ ਬਿਖਿਆਤਾ। ਤਾਸ ਚਰਨ ਲੈ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਵਸਾਵੋ, ਤੋ ਪਰਮ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵੋ। ਏਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਤਹਿ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੋਇ। Waheguru ji ki fateh, Vigna Vinasana soy. Welcome to another episode of Nanak Prakash Granth in English. In this episode we will be doing Uttaraardh 2.47, meeting Shri Param Paavan Lehna ji. The Simran of Saraswati is like the ocean which gave the moon of poetry, referencing the churning of the ocean by the Devatas and the dance, giving the moon. Hearing this poetry, the listeners bloom like the Kamudani. The Chakvi and Chakva are in pain, seeing the moon, just as the slanderers are in pain, hearing this Katha. Now the Katha of Shri Guru Angad Dev Ji will begin. I, Kavi Santokh Singh, will state it as it happened. In the area of Jungle, Malwa, there was a place called Matte di Saran, also known as Matte Nange di Saran. A pure-hearted person named Baba Feruji lived there. He was a Kshatriya of the Trehan family, the descendants of Shatrughan, the brother of Ramchandra ji. He was known for his dharam and karam. He had a son who was joyful. His son was named Lehna, with love. Bhai Lehna ji was a Bhagat from birth. He had brought his bhakti with him. It was Prema Bhakti in human form. He was filled with patience and forgiveness, as the two arms of bhakti. To tolerate the intolerable, to contain the immense power, he had that ability. He was very friendly and would be happy to see the success of others. These were his legs. Compassion towards all was his back. Love was the mind. Sam and Dam, to control the mind and the Indriyas. These were the ears of bhakti. To focus his attention, these were the eyes of bhakti. Gyan was the radiant head. The Satsangat was the jewelry of bhakti. He took a birth in this way. As time passed, Baba Lehna ji grew. When he was 14 years old, his mind had not touched any vice or desire. There was a Khatri named Devi Chand ji who lived in Khadur. He had a daughter named Mata Khivi ji. Devi Chand ji sent a person to propose marriage. The engagement and the marriage were done. The dowry was given. He was happy to see his new son-in-law. Baba Lehna ji brought his new bride back to Matte di Saran. They stayed there for a long time. One day, Balochi dacoits attacked and destroyed the village of Matte di Saran. They destroyed all of the homes and flattened the village. They didn't let anyone else live there. Shri Lehna ji left his village and came to Khadur to live with his family. He didn't go anywhere else after that. He spent a lot of time there. The men and women of Khadur were the servants of Durga. They would go to the Jwala Mandir in Angad every year. Bhai Lehna ji's father-in-law would take a group of people to Angad to do the puja of Durga with joy. Baba Lehna ji would lead the group. He did this every year. There was a Sikh of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji named Bhai Jodh ji who lived in Khadur with love. He didn't go to the pilgrimage to the Sri Jwala Mandir. He recited Gurbani all the time. He didn't serve anyone else. He had a deep faith in the feet of Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He lived in the bliss of Prema Bhakti with Premanand. One day he sang Bani with his full focus. He sang it with love. When Shri Baba Lehna ji heard the Shabad, love arose in his heart. Baba Lehna ji called the Sikh over and said, "The Shabad you just recited, who composed it?" Bhai Jodh ji said, "This is my Guru's, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's. I am his student. I read his Bani." Bhai Lehna ji thought to himself, how would such a person darshan be whose words are so sweet? I will make him my Guru as well. I feel peace hearing his words. I have heard of his praises before. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is the Gyan who blesses. His Sikhs aren't here. Nobody does his darshan from here. There is no one else I can go to Sangat with here. I would go with someone else. The Shabad that this Sikh read, my heart has love for it. I wish to go to the Guru's darshan. It was time to go to the Shri Jwala Mandir. Bhai Lehna ji thought to himself, I will take everyone to Kartarpur before going to Angad. They can all do his darshan. Bhai Lehna ji memorized the Shabad from Bhai Jodh ji. He recited it every day with love. The love arose in his heart. His wish to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji grew. It was like a bee looking for a flower in the morning, like a thirsty deer looking for water, like a chatrik looking for the swanti drop. The time for going to the Devi's temple came. Everyone prepared to go. Many joined Baba Lehna Ji and set off to the Jwala Mandir with eagerness. Baba Lehna Ji said to everyone, "We will take another route. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is a great being. O wise ones, we will do his darshan first. We will take that fruitful route. We will have darshan of both places." Many heard this and set off. They said, "Let's go, and we will go to his darshan." A great crowd started off. The fortunate Bhai Lehna Ji started off. They walked slowly and reached Kartarpur. They asked a person outside of the village, "Whose village is this?" The person said, "The Guru of the world, the giver of mukti, Shri Guru Nanak Tapaji. Many people from faraway lands come here. They do his darshan and have their wishes fulfilled. He is famous for giving his wisdom of the Naam. This is his village." The people in Bhai Lehna Ji's group heard this and said, "Whose shabads you always read, whom you wish to meet, that Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji lives here." Baba Lehna Ji was really happy. The happiness couldn't be contained in his body. It was like a cheap person getting money. He came to the front and folded his hands. He said to all of you wait here. I will do his darshan and come back. We will then set up a dera. We will then go on ahead. If you wish to go on ahead, you can." Baba Lehna Ji turned towards the village. He folded his hands and entered the village with great eagerness, leaving his group behind. He rode his horse into the village. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the home of all minds, sensed Bhai Lehna Ji coming. He thought to himself, "My servant is coming. The successor of my kingdom has come." Guruji got up from his seat and came towards the Ravi, seeing a nice place. He stood there, leaving his sangat behind. He was standing near the entrance of the village, all alone. He wanted to see his beloved Bhai Lehna Ji. Bhai Lehna Ji saw Guruji, not knowing who he was, and said, "Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the Gunkhani, I wish to have his darshan. Where is his place?" Shri Prabhuji heard this and said, "Come with me. I will show you Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, whom you ask for with love." Shri Guruji walked ahead, and Bhai Lehna Ji, who was on his horse, followed behind. When they came to the Dharamsala, Guruji stood and spoke with love. "You can get off your mare now. Tie it to the wooden pole. The door you see, go inside and have his darshan." Guruji spoke sweet words and went on ahead. He went in through the smaller door inside of the Dharamsala. Guruji sat on his singhasan again. He sat like peace, sitting in a body. Bhai Lehna Ji tied his horse and entered the Dharamsala. He saw Guru Nanak Dev Ji sitting ahead. He said, "I come to your shelter." His mind was drenched in faith. As he looked up, he saw Guruji's face and realized it was the same person who led him to the Dharamsala. He was surprised to see this. He felt as though he had made a big mistake. He was upset at his doing. If I had known, I would have gotten off my horse and bowed to him. Why was I on my horse? He became still and didn't say anything. He thought to himself, "I made a big mistake." He kept his eyes low out of guilt. He thought, "I am unfortunate who came on his horse." He walked on the ground. How can I be forgiven? Bhai Lehna Ji thought, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji knew everything. He was compassionate and said, "Purkha, are you well?" Baba Lehna Ji said, "Your darshan gives Paramanand. I received the cloud of peace." Bhai Lehna Ji was wearing clothes that were meant to be worn by the Bhagats of the Devi. He wanted to take off the regalia as he was wearing in preparation to attend the Jwala Mandir. He had bells around his feet. He broke them right away. He let go of his wishes of going to Angad. He wanted to remain in the shelter of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He thought in his heart, if he is omniscient, he should give me leave. He should give me permission to go. I will come with love and faith and do his darshan. As he thought about going home, the Gunkhani said, "Purkha, the place you were going to, you took off the costume. Will you still go there?" Bhai Lehna Ji said with his hands folded, "Listen, Prabhuji, if someone leaves their home to look for honey and finds Amrit on the way, why would he look for honey then?" Prabhuji smiled and said, "Purkha, where is your home? What is your name? Tell me your name. Bhai Lehna ji was in peace. He spoke, O Sadguru, you are the forgiver. My home is in Khadur. My name is Lehna. I heard of your glories. I wish to have your darshan for many days now. You pulled my mind to you. I smelled the fragrance of your glory. I came to you like a bee. Shri Guruji said, You are Lehna, and so you will take. Purkha, I have something to give you. Go now. Go to your home. Bhai Lehna ji was really happy to hear this. It was like an ill person cured, like somebody getting a sweet mango. He thought to himself, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is omniscient. What I was thinking, he knew it. He is my master. He obeyed and bowed with his hands folded. He took leave and came back. Bhai Lehna ji came back to his group and said, My Ram Ram to all. I wish to go back home now. The group was surprised to hear this. They said, Why are you going home? Are you not going to the Jwala Mandir now? You are our leader. Bhai Lehna ji said, The reason why I was going to Jwala Mandir, that was fulfilled here. My mind is now still and at peace. Bhai Lehna ji said, The reason why I was going to Jwala Mandir, that was fulfilled here. My mind is now still and at peace. The group asked with love, You received peace here, but what about the people that came with you? What will happen to them without you? Bhai Lehna ji said, You can go to the Jwala Mandir, go there, and then come here to Kartarpur. Whatever wishes you have, your wishes will be fulfilled with the Guru's darshan. He will bless you. He will fulfill your wishes. Bhai Lehna ji gave leave to the group and went to the Jwala Devi Mandir. Bhai Lehna ji gave leave to the group who went to the Jwala Devi Mandir. Bhai Lehna ji did not go. Bhai Lehna ji came back to Khadur and didn't say anything to anyone. His focus was set in Guruji. It grew. The people of Khadur came to Bhai Lehna ji and asked, You were going to the Jwala Mandir to see her feet. Why did you come back? Tell us what happened to you. Bhai Lehna ji said, I am not going now. I gave leave to my group and came home. The people heard this and went quiet. They didn't know what happened. Bhai Lehna ji sat in his home and didn't say anything to anyone. He was depressed though. After one night in his home, he suffered like a fish without water, as he longed for the darshan of the Guru. In the morning, he took 1.25 mounds of salt and packed it up. His sister's son came to meet Bhai Lehna ji. Bhai Lehna ji said to his nephew, Help me lift this sack of salt and put it on my head. The nephew said, Mama ji, many people listen to you here. You can ask anyone to take it to where you want to take it. If you don't want to ask anyone, then put it on my head. I'll go with you to where you want to take it. Don't lift it on your head. It is not right for you. Bhai Lehna ji said, Listen, if someone wants something and you are offered it, would you take it or not? Would you take it yourself or get someone else to take it? Understand this. I am going to get something to raise this on my head quickly. Bhai Lehna ji picked up the salt and came out of Khadur. He set off towards Kartarpur and didn't say anything to anyone. Bhai Lehna ji walked to Kartarpur and came to the home of Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Guruji was gone to his fields. The flag of the Bedis was among the rice crops. Bhai Lehna ji set the salt with Mata Sulakhani ji and said, Tell me where Guruji went. Mata Sulakhani ji saw the young man wearing an expensive white kurta, white chadra and white dastar. She said, Son, who are you and why are you asking? Where are you from? What did you bring? What work do you have with the Guruji? Mataji, this is salt for the langar. I came to make Guruji my Guru. I came to give this. This is for the Garib Nawaz. Please keep it here. Please tell me where Guruji is. Hearing the words, Mataji kept the salt in the kitchen. Mataji said, Son, where the rice fields are, Guruji is sitting there and getting the people to work. Bhai Lehna ji walked towards Guruji. He saw Guruji from a distance and was happy. He quickly worked through the mud and bowed to Guruji's feet. He placed his head on Guruji's feet. Guruji said, May you always remember the Kartar. Guruji placed his hand on Bhai Lehna ji's head. He blessed him. He looked at him with blessings. He saw his deep faith. Pailanaji had given his body, mind, and all his belongings to Guruji. The crown of the Trayans had given everything to Guruji. He gave his body and mind. He had no work with his family or belongings anymore. He obeyed Guruji. This was his wish. He had no desire, lust, anger, or ego. He didn't see his body as his own. He saw everything of his as belonging to the Guru. He focused on Guruji's feet with love in his heart. All of the servants were working in the fields. They were taking out the grass among the rice crops. Pailanaji said, "Can I have a sickle? I will work with the other servants. My body will be a success then." Pailanaji took a sickle and began cutting the grass. He worked where the other servants worked. He worked for a half hour, and then Prabhuji said, "You won't be able to do this. You pull the crops up. Come out. I will give you other work to do. Pick up the crops that are harvested and take them to the home." Pailanaji quickly came out and tied the grass up. Mud and water dripped from out of the grass that Pailanaji picked up. Guruji helped Pailanaji pick up the grass on his head. The shirt that Pailanaji was wearing was very expensive. The shirt had become dirty with mud, but he didn't care. He took the grass and came to the home where the animals were. He put the grass in front of the animal. Mata Sulakhniji was surprised to see this. She knew Guruji's ways were interesting. She thought to herself, "His head and clothes are dirty with mud. The nice person came with love. He came for his darshan, and he has been disrespected. He came from afar with love." It was evening, and Guruji came home with the servants. Mata Sulakhniji said to Guruji, "The well-to-do people that come to see you, you disrespect them. The person that came is from a high class. He was wearing a very expensive shirt. You made him carry a muddy pack of grass. You made him dirty." Guruji heard this and said, "It wasn't filled with mud. I gave him the canopy of the kingdom of this world and Parlok. There is nobody else like him. You see it as mud, but it is actually saffron that I put on him. He is standing nearby. Look at him now." When Mataji saw Pailanaji, she saw Pailanaji's body filled with saffron. Guruji said, "Did you see it?" Mataji folded her hands and said, "Yes, I can see it. Your ways are great and can't be known." Guruji said, "The people sinking in this world, he will be the ferryman for all those people. He will help them across." Mata Sulakhniji went quiet after hearing this. Pailanaji was really happy. And that is the end of the chapter. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.